Mario?
Brother?
I wish to speak with you.
Oh, is that so?
I wanted to say I'm sorry for everything I've done. I've been doing your job for the last few weeks. I've fought all your enemies. I even beat Bowser. And after doing all that, I realized that what I wanted all along was the fame, the glory. The glory of being like a Super Mario. But in the end, the real glory was seeing the smiling faces of the people after saving them from evil. The real glory was doing the right thing, and keeping my brother locked up is not the right thing. I want to free you, Mario. I want to get our family back together again. And I want to be brothers again. Can we do that, Mario? Can we go back to how things were?
Okay, brother. I suppose I accept your apology if you get me out of these first.
Oh, right. Let me go ahead and untie those restraints.
Yes. Thank you.
There we go. So what do you say, Mario? Do you want to hang out?
Well, you had me tied up for about a month or so, and then you also hit me on the back of the head, and you took over my videos without my permission, and it's a very hard decision to make, but I suppose I could make an exception for you, brother, right after I feed you this knuckle sandwich.
Mamma mia.
You know I had to pay you back for hitting me on the back of the head, huh? You know that, huh? We're good. We're good. I'll see you later. See you, brother. Love you. What's up, everybody? This is Van of the TTV channel here to bring you another LEGO Super Mario review. There's a bit more to this video than just review, so we're going to be very brief here. Today we're taking a look at LEGO set number 71374, Nintendo Entertainment System, priced at $229.99 at around 2,400 something. It's big, and that's why the box for it is also this freaking big. Look at it. Basically takes up the whole frame. Inside the gigantic box, you also get two gigantic booklets, both containing instructions to build the set, as well as a little bit of information on the NES itself, its history, the games that came out for it, and the design of this set in particular, all presented in the similar fashion to other LEGO collector's sets. Building the set itself is a very fun experience. The engineering in this set is just incredible, and it was so satisfying to watch it all come together so nicely. Funny enough, while the NES is the focus of this set, I would say that what you're mainly in for is the TV. Not only is the build for it much more complicated, but the end result is a function that can only be best described as unbelievable. And I'll dive more into that in just a moment, but for now, let's go ahead and just appreciate how much detail has gone into this set. How the NES was designed with pinpoint accuracy to the point where you can even see video and power inputs, the power and reset button on the front, the lid for the cartridge bay. Heck, even the cartridge itself looks really good, complete with this beautiful controller that almost looks one-to-one with the real thing. Then you have the television with all the knobs on the front. One of them you can actually turn left or right like the real thing, and the back portion is entirely filled out with loads of detail and texture, and it's even complete with the product information label. Now real quick, before we move on to the big thing in this video, here are two of my favorite parts of this set. And then once you turn it to the side, you can also pop off this part and you can reveal the first underground level of Super Mario Brothers right there. And this is a really cool detail. I honestly didn't expect this as I was building it. I saw all the teal parts and I was wondering, what the heck is this? And then as I started putting it together, I put two and two together in my brain and I figured it out. Oh, cool, this is cute. It's the underground level. That's really nice. So, you know, hats off to you, LEGO. I'm not gonna take my hat off though, because I really like it. Finally, and this is probably the coolest part of this whole set, the TV. So you turn the crank on the side and then boom, Mario actually starts moving as if you're actually playing the game. Look at that. It's amazing. Unfortunately, as cool as this feature is, it is not flawless. It does tend to get stuck on itself sometimes. I've even had moments where the internal build of the set got messed up, so I had to open it up, find a loose piece, try to figure out where it goes, that sort of thing. Not too much fun to deal with, but when the thing works, it's great. Oh. I broke the game. It's definitely one of the coolest bits of engineering I've seen out of a Lego set. I mean, once I had it put together and I saw it working as well as it did, it just blew my mind. Really cool set. Really cool. But I think we can make it a little bit cooler. Not to say that it's a bad set, or that it's boring, or anything like that in the slightest. I had a lot of fun building it. So I want to go back to my Lego Boost roots, kind of play around with those parts and see if I can get this thing cranking on its own. So I didn't really have a plan for how I should go into this. I just knew that I was going to need my Technic parts, maybe some red and orange bricks to kind of help me out here. Obviously, gotta have the TV ready, so I set that to the side. Then I grabbed the last boost build I had, which was partially disassembled in this plastic bag. Got all this together, and you know what? I just decided, let's put this all to the side. Let's just move this all aside and make way for the Mega Construx Halo Warthog, because Mega Construx is the better building brand, and Halo is better than Super Mario. Nah, just kidding. I mean, obviously, I'm joking. Obviously. Anyway, so the first thing I did was grab the boost components from whatever was left of the last build. Of course, I had to take apart some bits so that I just had the boost box and the motor. Then I went ahead and hooked up the motor to the side of the TV just to get an idea of what I could do. Originally, I thought of maybe attaching the motor to the outside of the TV, maybe somehow attaching it to where the crank used to be. But then I figured that might be a little bit too complex and it would look kind of ugly to just have something sticking out on the side there. Although it did work really well to just connect the motor to the side of the TV. The only thing is, in order for that to work, the motor needed to be stationary. It needed to be attached to something. It only worked as well as it did because my hand was there to hold it in place. So all in all, that definitely was not gonna work. Then I had this spectacular idea, this brain blast moment, where I would just take off this back portion of the TV and fit the boost box in it. But then unfortunately I realized at that very moment that the boost box does not fit in there, so we had to come up with something else. While I was still deciding on what to do with the motor, I had figured that the best place to put the boost box would be right under the TV. Just kind of slap it on there, because you know what? That boost box actually fits perfectly within that hole in the TV stand. So as long as you're not really looking at it, you can just pretend it's not there. Now, back to the motor, I tried to fit it into the back of the TV, figuring that maybe I could somehow connect it from here to the port on the side, but then I decided, you know what, we don't necessarily need to touch this. Maybe we can just kind of mess around with the build internally and just connect the motor to the mechanism inside the TV. There's a gear here that I thought would be perfect to attach the motor to, so I started stripping down the back of the TV to make room for the motor. However, it proved to be quite a challenge to get this to work the way I had imagined, so I had to think of something else. And so, choices were made, risks were taken. The set had to be slightly disassembled just so that I could have more access to the gear mechanism in here. I essentially had to rework this whole back portion of the TV, add in a couple of more gears, get rid of some parts, swap them out for Technic parts and whatnot, and I came up with this crazy design that essentially allowed the motor to turn a single gear by turning another gear that turns another gear. It's super convoluted, but that's probably the best way I could explain what the heck I just did to this thing. But none of that really matters. What matters is that we did it. Okay, kind of. I did have to rework this a little bit because it kept getting stuck on itself, but eventually it started working just fine. At least it was working as well as it could if I didn't do anything, since at this point it was getting stuck on itself for reasons that didn't have to do with anything I did to the set. Just inherent design flaws that I went over earlier in the review. I swear, I'm not lying. You try it. At the end of the day, what we have here, folks, is a success. All I'd have to do is power on the boost box, get on my iPad or iPhone, connect to it, press a single button on my phone, and the TV automatically animates. All in all, this has been one heck of a journey. I never thought that in my entire life I would ever see the day where LEGO comes out with Super Mario themed sets. And not only did I get to see it happen, but I was lucky enough to be sponsored by LEGO themselves, and they sent us every single set to play around with and show off to all of you guys. Out of all the things that have happened this past year, I definitely did not expect that Meso or myself would be able to experience a childhood dream such as this. So again, to LEGO, I say thank you. Thank you so much for these sets, for this amazing engineering, and most of all, thank you all to you guys who have been watching and following this series, this channel. We really would not be here doing this if it wasn't for you. So I hope you guys appreciated what we had to say on these sets, what we had to show off, the things that we've done with them, and I hope you'll stick around to see more.
And I hope you will stick around, because I won't. That's right. This is it for me. Truth be told, I've been done doing this like a long time ago. But what brought me back to making reviews was the Lego Super Mario. Lego said, hey, you want Lego Super Mario? I said, yeah, I do. And I do really want to make videos on it. And so here we are. But now that it's done, at least for the first wave, I've decided that I will be retiring my own review series, videos, whatever you want to call it. There will be more Super Mario sets, I know that for sure. I just won't be the one doing videos on them. You can probably expect those from Meso or whoever else decides to step up to the plate. In the meantime, I do thank you guys for watching this. Again, I know I've said thank you so many times and I say it every video, but I do really appreciate anyone that does watch these videos, because it does take a good bit of effort and I do put a lot of passion into this. I at least hope that you guys can see it, and I hope that you all enjoy it. So I think that's pretty much it. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and let's all hope for a really good 2021, shall we? See ya.
These are Maya videos, Luigi. Maybe you ought to learn that next time, huh? If there is a one.
Oh, Mamma Mia, Papa Pia, oh, Mamma Mia, Papa Pia, Bada Beat, Bada Booty. Don't do this again, Luigi, you hear me? I'm your bigger brother. If I ever catch you doing this again, I will do so much horrible... I don't care.